Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. In case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice full body flexibility practice, so find a little bit of space to move and let's get started. So let's begin today sitting down. You could sit cross-legged or you could find lotus or even half lotus if you'd like. And then we will switch sides. We'll cross our legs the other way in just a few moments. But decide how you'd like to be seated. And then I want you to close your eyes. Rest your hands on your knees or in your lap. Take an inhale to lengthen through your spine. Notice how your legs feel, your hips, even your ankles. And then we'll just start to let our chin fall down towards our collarbone. Bringing some length into the back of the neck. And then using an inhale to roll your head slowly towards your right shoulder. And pause here. Feel the length through the side of your neck. And let's stay for an inhale and use the exhale to slowly bring your chin back down. You can inhale, roll your head to the other side. Keep going till you feel that nice stretch through the neck. Staying for an inhale, letting the exhale bring your chin back down. And maybe you will keep your chin tucking down towards your collarbone. Maybe you will even go for a quick tip forwards with the upper body. Using an inhale to find your way back up. Maybe it's just the chin, maybe it's your entire upper body. But we're just gonna cross our legs the other way or reverse the way that you are seated. Maybe you are not sitting cross-legged. Maybe you're sitting on your heels or you're somewhere else. You can continue to do what you're doing. But closing your eyes again, lengthening through the spine. Notice how this feels. Might be a whole lot different. Notice the ankles, the legs, the hips. And then if you want to do those gentle neck stretches one more time, let your chin start to tip down towards your collarbone. Use an inhale to roll your head over towards your left shoulder. Take a breath here. Stay for an inhale. Let the exhale bring your chin back down. Inhale as you roll your head to the other side. Taking a breath. And then slowly bringing your chin back down. Maybe you will pause here. Maybe you will take a tip forwards again. This side might feel a whole lot different than the other side. Just notice. Letting an inhale bring you up if you're folding or lifting the chin if it's still tipping forwards. And then we can uncross our legs. Give your knees a hug or a squeeze. Take a gentle rock side to side. We're going to be making our way into tabletop onto our hands and knees. And then moving into puppy dog from here. So you can reach your arms out long, spread your fingers nice and wide, and let your chest lower down your forehead. Softening through the shoulders. Maybe you are resting on your chest and your chin. stay for just another breath. And use an inhale to find your way back into your tabletop. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Maybe take a gentle rock side to side. We're going to set up for pigeon next. So if you want to turn onto your back, you definitely can do figure four. But if you're going to join me, bring your right leg forwards. Let's start with our heel nice and close to our left hip. Gonna scooch around a little bit so that you're feeling centered, lifting up through the chest a little bit more if you'd like. If you're laying on your back, you've crossed your right foot over top of your left quad, figure four. And then maybe you're gonna tip forwards here, but maybe you're just gonna tip maybe halfway, maybe. A whole lot of options. Just so that you are supported here, you're able to plant your hands comfortably. We might scooch our foot a little bit further from our left hip and then recenter. So you might have to scooch your hips around a little bit so that you're still centered. And you can keep kind of moving your foot further and further from your left hip until you no longer want to go any further. Still centered, so scooch around so that you're still centered. And this is just optional. You can keep your heel nice and close to your left hip. If you want to fold a little further, you can fold a little further, but just find your breath and that awesome hip stretch. And let's stay for another breath. And then we can start to move. So we will just switch sides in case you did turn over onto your back so you don't have to go too far. We will be switching sides, but if you want to take a moment in downward dog, in tabletop, in child's pose, anywhere at all, feel free to do so. You have a few moments here once you are in it, so feel free to take a break. But if you're going to follow along with me today, left leg's coming forward, starting with the heel nice and close to the right hip, scooching around a little bit so that you feel centered. Maybe lifting up through the chest just a little more. Continue to scooch around. And then maybe I like to start with just a little tip forward so I can plant my palms and gently push into them just to keep me centered. As maybe you'll start to scooch your foot a little further from your right hip. Scooch around, find your center. Maybe scooch your foot a little further, maybe not. Scooch around again. Find that sweet spot. You're getting an awesome stretch. You haven't gone too far. You've gone just the right amount. Maybe you will add a further tip forwards if you'd like some extra. So maybe we'll stay for another breath or two. You might start to lift up, come out. We will take a moment now to reset. Notice how your hips, your legs feel. Maybe giving your knees a little rock side to side. We're going to send our right leg out long and we'll bend our left leg. So your foot can find your inner thigh. If you'd rather come into half lotus, you could place your foot in your right hip crease. Just an option though. We're all going to be folding forwards if you choose to. Take an inhale to lengthen through the spine. Let the exhale tip you forwards, feeling the nice stretch through the right leg and maybe some love through the left ankle. And maybe just another 3 breaths here, not too long. You can let an inhale bring you up. If you are folding, you can send your left leg out long, switching sides. Right foot to the inner thigh, or maybe a little half lotus. One side might be a whole lot different than the other side though, so take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold if you're gonna fold. Finding your breath. Taking another breath or two on this side. And then using an inhale to find your way back up. Once again, you can hug your knees. Take a moment, notice how your legs are feeling again. We are going to be making our way onto our back. So you can lay down. Once you're laying down, you might just bend your knees and plant your feet for a moment, taking a couple rocks side to side to massage the low back. And then we'll be making our way into a twist from here. So if you want to let your knees fall to the left, maybe you'll stack your knees on top of one another today. Maybe reaching the arms out wide. Using your next inhale, lift your knees, your legs back up. Out of your twist. Maybe pausing at center to take a couple rocks side to side. And then letting your knees fall to the right. And enjoying a few breaths here. Letting your next inhale lift your legs back up. And just connecting your low back to your mat one more time. Rocking the knees side to side if it feels good. And eventually making your way into Shavasana. Whatever that is going to look like for you today, you can find your way there. And I encourage you to stay here for as long as you have time for today. Enjoy the stillness. Relaxing through your entire body. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.